covering some tips on moving. So first off, I want to give you something to really think about. So think about all the friends you currently have right now, and just imagine if you had to change all of those friends every single year. That has been my life for the past 8 years. Yeah, unfortunately, I've moved a total of 9 times. And in addition to moving multiple times, I've also been able to conduct research, get some help from online. When moving, I've also helped my mom. The older I got, the more I pitched in and helped my mom out. And one of the best websites I saw was 41 Easy Ways of Moving and Packing. That will make your move dead simple. And I also did some interviews with my mom and my dad, and well, of course, my personal experience, and that's how I'll be helping you out today. So, you might think that this would make it really, really, really hard to fit in with all these people just moving, switching cultures, switching traditions, switching groups of friends, and that's going to be the end of the world, but it's really not going to be. That was my first thought process when I had to move for the first time. I moved from a Spanish-speaking island to the States where it's completely English. Me not knowing the language completely, I was terrified and I thought it was going to be the end of the world. But it really wasn't. It was an amazing experience and I don't regret it whatsoever. And by listening to me today, you'll see how easy it is moving and setting in somewhere as long as you do simple process and simple steps. So today I'm going to share with you some key things that you can do. Just to make your transition more efficient and more smoothly, so that way it's easier for you to go from place to place. And first I'm going to be discussing the physical move. So it's easier to book the physical move by booking your movers first. That's like the main part. And then I'm also going to address the social transition. So when moving, it all starts with the move down. So please book your moving company early and make sure they have good reviews. The moving company is going to be the main part of your move. Without a moving company, you really can't do anything. That is going to be the base of your move and your transition. And to be completely honest, the last time I moved, we had to change movers 4 times because we didn't book it efficiently. We didn't book it on time. We decided to book our move last minute, which messed us up in the end. And my mom was one of the people who said doesn't recommend. Please book your moving time. Book your moving time beforehand. Don't wait the week before your move to be like, hi, I want some movers to move me to the other side of the States. A lot of websites recommend you doing research on the movers because according to Left NYC, they say there's a lot of people who just have a van or have a truck and they're just wanting money and they're like, hey, I'm a moving company, I want to move you across. And you can't really trust in a lot of places like that. And it's just going to be some random guy. You're going to get your stuff stolen. You're going to get a super high pay rate, or maybe it's going to be a super low pay rate. You always have to do research and make sure you're doing it because you have to compare prices. You have to make sure it's a good company. Make sure they're going where you want to go. That's what happened to me last time. We had a moving company all the way through full process, and then 3 days before the move, they're like, oh, we actually don't move all the way to where you're going to move. And we were like, well, what do you mean? So it's me and my mom and my dad just freaking out, looking for all these moving companies, trying to see who will take us to our destination. And Lyft NYC says to use Unpack. Unpack is a moving website. They do moves for you guys, but they also provide websites and other mover companies that are really reliable and really, really good. And just book it in a timely manner. That's like the main recommendation I will tell you. And having a well-run moving process is going to be the base of everything, but it'll also help you transition. If you have a good move, you'll transition easily and you'll be happy. And if you're going to school like I was, I moved here as an 8th grader, then I moved as a high school freshman, a sophomore, junior, even as a senior I moved. And if you're going to be in school, the first thing I recommend is you join an organization, join a club, whether it's book club or medical club or whatever interests you, join the band, join sports. I personally have been playing volleyball since I'm 10 years old, so that's the main thing I did. I went online, I went on the school's webpage, and I was like, volleyball tryouts, volleyball camp. And that's really where I made my first friends. If it wouldn't have been for volleyball or me doing research on trying to see what events happen in the school, I would have not been able to make any friends. And that is going to be my go-to recommendation. Just do research and try. And this year, moving as a freshman in college was even harder because school wasn't in person. So it made it a lot more challenging for me to move. So I asked my mom, I was like, hey mom, when you move different places, how do you do it? How do you meet friends? How do you go out places? And all these things. And she said, job. So the next day I went online, I started applying places. The place called me back the next day saying, hey, would you like to come in for an interview? Went in for an interview, got the job. First day of work, I'm like, hi guys, my name's Natalia, I just moved in. And that's really what you have to do. Just introduce yourself. Tell them, hey, do you recommend any places to go eat or any places to go hang out? And that will help you out so, so much because you meet them, they're friends, and then you just keep meeting friends and friends. It's like a domino effect. Once you meet one person, you'll meet so many people around the area, and that has helped me throughout the years so many times. Volleyball, I hung out with one girl, she was with her friends, I met her friends' friends, and it just went on like that. And I met so many people, and it was so easy to transition, and it made me happy just being able to know that throughout the years I've learned the experience of how to do this. Because when I first moved, I'm going to be completely honest, I didn't have friends till like the first 3 months, and it kind of sucked. I'm not gonna lie, it did suck, but being able to join something really, really helped me out through the process. And you just want to meet as many people as possible because now I have friends. But if I wouldn't have tried to make friends or had my past experience, I wouldn't have been able to do it, and I would have been miserable being locked up in my room or just working 24/7 or doing schoolwork, and no one really wants to do that. But also, this doesn't happen by magic or from day to night. You really have to try if you want to be someone who's very sociable and very outgoing and just meeting people. You have to try. If you don't try, you won't be able to have a social life. And we all like a social life. It's really, really nice. So just following these tips, I would say are the most important ones, which is setting your movers and then transitioning somewhere and meeting people. So I just want to review with you guys that today we discussed to set your good movers early as possible and to do your research. And once you do that, you set up the transition of socially by joining a club, doing the sports, getting a job. And to be completely honest, if you do these simple things, you'll be able to transition happily into your new home. It has been working for me for the past 8 years, and I hope it continues to work for me because I plan on moving again. I'm going to move from where I am now to college, and then from college to where I'm going to live for the rest of my life. And that's going to be it for today. But thank you so much, you guys, for listening to me and letting me give you these tips. If you have any questions about anything or any questions about tips or anything, please feel free to reach out to me, and I will most more than happily answer your questions. Thank you.